like it's rain on the roof, isn't it? Just a little bit about it. Let's bring it up a little bit. Let's bring it up a little bit louder. Let's get some shouting and cheering going, some weeping.
Khary Payton's here! Yeah! You get
to choose.
yeah.
Where would you like to? Look at that.
Yes.
Tell me about your childhood.
The therapy session.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? No. Hello, everyone. How are you? There you go.
I don't know if you have this effect every time, but you seem to make someone cry already.
Oh no.
She looks excited.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what I did. Okay. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. That's so sweet.
It was definitely good tears, not the bad tears.
Okay, good. Okay, she's laughing. She's laughing. All right. Okay. Literally, yeah, we're gonna have to use the couch for counseling, for real.
Yeah, every time someone faints as you walk into the room.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You're just happy that I'm not dead. Is that it? Yes, I know. I honestly have to check my watch constantly to find out, if I'm truly alive or not. Every page of every script is horror, to reading just to see, if you don't die, it's probably a friend of yours. This is the life that I live.
We had Seth on yesterday.
You had say it again?
Seth Gilliam on yesterday.
Yes.
And he was saying the same thing. He was saying he had no idea if how long his character was going to be on.
No, nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's like life itself. You could walk outside and get hit by a bus. You probably won't get hit by a bus on The Walking Dead. But if you got hit by a bus, it would probably be a pretty good death.
What a way to go.
Yeah, everybody would be very surprised.
Yeah.
It's just a bus that's been going downhill for years. And finally gets to, you're just very
really
unlucky.
Slow,
very unlucky.
You could have avoided
have that shot at the beginning where something just rusts a bit too much and the wheel goes.
Exactly. It just finally, and there it goes. It's all over.
Yeah.
It's all over.
Thank you for coming out. It's your first, I'm guessing it's not your first time in Brussels, because
no, it's my first time in Brussels. Which is why I spent so much time out last night in Brussels. And you don't know, but I just ran here. I came here like Batman. I shot and shot across the thing. I woke up 7 minutes ago. 7 minutes ago, and I put on my bat and just like Batman.
I wish I looked like you after 7 minutes of waking up.
I may have at least showered. Yeah. I used a good 30 to 45 seconds to shower, so there you go.
That's, again, Batman's style. Goes down the pole, through the shower.
Through the shower.
It's like a car wash. It's got two little rollers.
I just ran through, yes.
Just sprays it with foam.
I love it.
That's the thing you don't see about Batman as well on the rooftop. Him just running to the edge before you see the actual...
Exactly.
10 seconds. Yeah.
Always sneaking out.
Actually, I'm going to use this as a chance to jump into it because as we're on the topic of Batman, you're heavily involved in the DC universe.
Oh, yes.
Matt here knows
so
the entire opening to Teen Titans.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my wife have a thing to where she can't sing the Teen Titans opening. She can't get her head around the T-E-E-N-T-I-T-A-N-S. She can't do it.
She can't do it.
She goes like T-E-E. She just can't get her head around it.
You gotta have a coffee first.
Oh, really?
You gotta have a coffee first. That's the only way to get through it.
It's not a good theme tune for someone with dyslexia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It took me a while, though. You know what? Keep at it. Yeah, I know she can do it.
I believe in her.
Absolutely.
Now and again, she nails it, and she's excited for the rest of the
there you
day.
go. You know what? It's about the journey, not the destination.
Exactly.
It's about the journey.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I've been, the crazy thing is I've been cyborg for 17 years now.
You're an old, moody cyborg version? Like the grittier version?
Wait, you know what? He wasn't even that. Beast Boy, look at that! My boy Beastie came all dressed up. Look at that.
Wow. He's...
You gotta put the green paint on. You find a lot of Beat Boys, a lot of Robins. It's hard to do it Cyborg. Cyborg, you gotta get the paper mache out. You gotta start cutting up boxes, to make a Cyborg. But and he's got the tooth. He's got the little tooth. I love it. I love it. That's pretty
That
awesome.
is a good outfit.
And look at the sad Popeye, just lost, not sure where he's going. There he is.
That's me after 7 minutes.
Just
of
keep
waiting.
following the stormtrooper, Popeye. This is what I love about Comic-Con. There's a lost Popeye following a stormtrooper.
Well, we've been getting selfies with all the guests at the end of each interview with the audience in the background, and I realized yesterday there's this one Spider-Man that keeps showing up in the back. It's like, where's Spidey? It's like, where's Wally? Where's Waldo? Like, just hiding in the background.
I love it. I love it.
You do see some crossovers you'll never see it on TV.
No, absolutely. Only on Hollywood Boulevard. We're in Los Angeles on Hollywood Boulevard. You'll see because people dress up to take pictures with the and so you'll have the Hulk like walking down the street with Tinkerbell. It's weird.
Just eating a sandwich.
Yeah. His head's off. You know, he's actually just a tiny little black man. You know, underneath the big green muscles.
I find it really sad when you see one of those with their helmet off or something, or the statues, if the living statues are just walking to go to work.
Right.
Oh, this is heartbreak.
Oh man, yeah. He's just got his lunch pail.
Yeah.
Just headed to the job.
What's the best cyborg cosplay that you've ever seen? Because obviously yours is animated.
Oh my gosh, the best cosplay I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of great ones online. There are guys who put the electronics inside so it lights up and everything. There's one that levitated 3 feet off the ground.
What?
No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm lying.
I was like,
But
I was about to go, how long is it?
I didn't think I could keep up the lie for very long, so I just thought I would lie and immediately cop to it.
That's the problem with having such a commanding voice.
Exactly.
Anything you say sounds real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. He floated 3 feet off the ground. He took me in his arms and flew me back to my hotel.
I believe it.
It sounds real.
I'm never gonna believe anything else. I don't want the truth.
It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to believe me. Not after I've only been awake for 15 minutes now.
All your dreams just seeping into the...
Exactly. Seeping into this interview.
With the cyborg doing it for so long, when you went to the Teen Titans, which is obviously a lot more energy, a lot funnier, less sort of that.
Sure.
Was that a different gear change for you?
Well, not really, because there was a little bit of a gear change. The gear change is that I think the first or second episode of Teen Titans Go we did, everyone died. Like all of the Teen Titans died. And and we were used to on the old show that it was it was kind of a serialized thing, so one episode built on the other one. And with Teen Titans Go, it was like, so now what? We're all dead. What happens? And we didn't realize that in Teen Titans Go, you just forget everything that happened in the last episode, and you just you start over from scratch. It's like if the old show just had a crazy mushroom fever dream, just kind of hallucinogenic. Episode for 11 minutes, and then you wake up in a cold sweat wondering what just happened, and you go, that was crazy, and you go back to sleep and have another Teen Titans Go dream. So that we had to get used to. But in the old show, we did very silly things too. Cyborg was a bear in a tutu for an entire episode of the first season, first show. So we also did very weird things. I had Cyborg had a computer virus that made him think everything was food, and so he just started eating everything. He saw waffles everywhere, which is why we came up with the waffles for Teen Titans Go. So it was a little weird and off the rails in the first one.
Yeah, it was.
So it made it easy to go full on silly.
It's such a good show. Because there must be a difference between, obviously there is a difference between acting and voiceover. At least like when you're on set, you get an idea of what it's going to look like. When you read a script, do you ever just go and watch it going, how are they going to do that?
No, man, that's the fun. I love that the less they give you, the more control you have.
Oh, really?
So I get to, the beautiful thing about Teen Titans Go is that they write the script, and if something's more funny, we change it. then the animators will change it, and if they think of something more funny, we don't care. As long as we keep you laughing, we just don't care.
It's so funny though.
But it gets me in trouble on The Walking Dead because I'm not supposed to change things on The Walking Dead, but I try to change them all the time. You know.
I'd love to see Ezekiel's waffle episode.
Oh my God, they're like, Khary, please just do what the script says. Stop, do what the script says. But it's beautiful for me because I get to access different parts of my animation versus live action. It's all acting, but it's because it's all make believe. Even though it looks real on The Walking Dead, there are dead people walking around. There is nothing real about it. They're like, how
What?
do you? Yeah, people are very surprised, mind blown.
How did you reanimate those people?
Exactly. It's not real. Yeah.
Is it a different? Are you one of those actors that when you do the voiceover, because you're used to doing obviously physical acting as well? Are you one of those that you move and you get into it, or you
Constantly. I have to make sure that I don't hit the microphone. You know, I don't hit the stand in front of me when I'm doing voice acting. You know, because it's I think you can hear it.
Yeah, you definitely.
You can hear it if it's in your body. You can hear it in the voice. Yeah. So I try to keep it as animated in my body as possible, even when I'm doing voiceover. Yeah.
Do you have any tricks for when you're doing the acting for camera? Do you have any tricks that help you get into character at all, or?
You know, I mean, I let the script lead me. You know, I trust the script and I bring as much of myself, you know, to it as well without, you know, going mentally insane. And but I think it's you have to maybe spend some time with yourself. But the longer that I've been with this particular character, with Ezekiel, the easier it is. I feel like I know him better now. It's easier to kind of fall in. You know, it takes about 30 minutes to put the wig on. You know, and I sit there with myself and put on the wig and kind of take a minute to focus. It gives me time.
It's weird to see you without the wig as well. I got so used to seeing the big dreads.
Yeah. Well, now people expect to see me with my head shaved because I shave my head so that they can glue the wig onto my head. And so now when I've got a little bit of hair, most of people look, they're like, nah, that's not him. He's either bald or he has all of the dreadlocks. He doesn't have this little wispy thing.
Is it one of those wigs that's quite heavy, or is it?
No. It's a very expensive wig, which and so it costs more than they worry more about the wig than I do. You know, the wig they won't let me take. You've
got a stump wig, but not a stump man.
Exactly. They're like really on the call sheet. It's like the wig, you know, and then Khary's just the guy who's underneath it. You know, it's all about the wig. It's all about the wig.
So you reckon if someone bit the wig would come to life?
Exactly.
Yeah,
If you notice in the credits before the show, they're like starring Norman Reedus, Melissa McBride, the wig. You know, that's how it is.
If you could steal one thing from the set, would it be the wig or something else?
Oh, no, I wouldn't steal the wig. I get enough wig while I'm on. I would steal something of Norman's. You know, the motorcycle, the crossbow, maybe, you know, Michonne's katana. Those are the things, you know, they got all the cool stuff. I realized, I mean, because they took my tiger. That was the cool thing I had.
Oh, it's so sad.
And they took my tiger, so yeah. So I'm gonna take Daryl's motorcycle.
Did you feel the loss when the tiger went?
Absolutely, I feel the loss. You know what? You try somebody giving you a tiger and then taking them away, you're gonna feel the loss too. I feel it absolutely. I feel entirely less cool. You know, if I was sitting here stroking a tiger, everyone would be watching right now.
We could dress Matt up as a tiger for you.
That would not help.
You should have put that on your rider.
That is not the idea I was wanting. In fact, I'm a little disturbed at the idea of it, to tell you the truth.
You've not seen my tiger.
You know, if you would have come with, you know, with like body painted as a tiger, I don't know if I would have come on stage. I would have been more afraid of that than the actual tiger. you know, not having eaten for 3 days.
I had a dream about that. So,
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it a good one?
Look, there's children in the room, so I'm not going to talk about it.
If I had done that, though, I would have done the most serious interview you've ever
Absolutely.
had.
In the third season of The Walking Dead, you were not appropriate. You know, and I'm just staring at your weird yellow and black nipples.
Oh yeah, it's good to see how you visualize that as well.
Oh yeah.
I'd go method. There'd be 8 of them as well.
Exactly. Yeah, it's blinding.
There's people here that can hear us but aren't directly in front of us.
I
we could just tell
apologize.
them that Matt is naked in body paint right now.
Matt, for God's sake, put on a towel or something.
If you can't accept me for who I am,
At least cross your legs or something, man. This is ridiculous.
it's my tail.
Look, we've just run 2 off. It's just gotten 2 blue. The Star Wars crew had to leave the building.
No, they were just
They
like
were looking
this.
for nice, wholesome Mandalorian fun, and now we're talking about you and body paint, and that's not your
They're
tail.
going to another
The
room
thing
to
is,
relieve themselves.
you guys think I'm doing Walking Dead cosplay. It's actually Tony the Tiger. It's
Tony
Keller.
the Tiger.
He's just had too much sugar.
Oh my God! Yeah, absolutely. Those flakes are incredibly frosted.
If you had an act like a pet tiger, just
Yeah.
yourself,
Yes.
not in character, what would you call your tiger?
Oh, what would I call my tiger if it were? I think I'd call it Shiba too.
Yeah.
Shiba too,
That's
or
nice.
Junior.
Junior?
Junior. It'd be
Yeah.
Shiba Junior, but I'd just call it Junior.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be great. Imagine just having a tiger. I'm obsessed with those videos on the internet, you know, where someone goes, and they raise this animal since birth, and it's just like a normal cat.
Exactly.
And you're like, hey,
Well, there's like a monastery that has it's monks and tigers everywhere, where they take in tigers that were like orphaned, and there's like 15, you know, just tigers that walk around with these monks. You know, the monks are praying, and the tiger's just sitting there, kind of hanging out. They grab them by the, you know, they're like, it's time for a bath, and they grab them and take them down to the water hole. And it's, you know, and during this documentary, you see the cameramen petrified, petrified. But then because they're also orphan monks, you know, and they're very young. They're like 8 years old, and they just grab the tiger. They're like, "Come on, tiger, you know, it's time for you to eat."
See,
Not me.
All that says to me is that somewhere out there are some parent tigers and parent monks who have just killed each other.
Yeah, some parent monks and tigers went to town, and now their children are living together in a commune.
I don't know what documentary that is, but I want to see the one where you do the voiceover for that, because
Yeah.
that commentary was so
Have
great.
you
That's
ever
not bad.
Because
That
you
would be
voiced
fun.
over, obviously, cartoons, loads of video games.
Yeah.
Have you ever done any documentaries yet?
I haven't done any documentaries yet, so I'm waiting for my my penguin documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, so that I can go in there. It's so weird. Hello, it was another Popeye. He was waving at me. How you doing?
Oh no,
it's
it's Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Oh, it's the Stranger
Yeah.
Things guy. That's it. He's got the skirt on. I didn't see the skirt. I apologize. You look amazing. Shave your legs.
Me and Beck generally tried to get those outfits for today, but we couldn't find them.
Right. We got Big Hero 6 back here, which
you were, yeah.
Yeah, I do the voice of Wasabi on the TV show for
And in
Big Hero
Kingdom
6.
Hearts, I think, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
Were you in like Kingdom Hearts as well with it?
Yes, that's right. Big
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts as well.
Fan, yes.
Big Kingdom Hearts fans here. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great. Have you got a favourite character, like Cyborg aside, because obviously you've done that for years?
Yeah.
Is there one that you feel attached to or you love doing?
You know what? My favorite character to do that I've done is I did the voice of Rafiki from The Lion King.
Oh, what?
I did on the television show for the Disney Channel. I did for about 3 or 4 years. I did, and so you know, and so obviously I grew up watching loving The Lion King, and Robert Guillaume, before he died, he retired. He was like, I don't want to do that anymore. And so I got to take over for Rafiki, and it is the most fun that you can. And I didn't even know that I could do that voice.
I was going to say, when you come
Can you
into
do
a role,
Can you do us one?
I can do that voice for you. So I go and I start to talk to myself, and I think, you don't know who you are, you know. And then I think, there he is, because he goes very high, you know, and then he thinks very low. You need to think about his head, you know. So it's the most fun. You go up and down and all over the place. It's so much fun. One time I got stopped by a cop for speeding, you know, and he was like, do you know how fast you're going? I was like, do you know how fast you are going? It didn't work. I still got the ticket. But I tried, I tried.
What was beautiful about that? The voice was incredible, but watching your face change was
oh my
God,
itself. It's so much fun. You can't help it. It's
it's weirder how in the car you'd also painted your buttocks blue and red. So
my butt's blue and red right now.
To match Matt's.
Absolutely. There you go.
Black and
It's
yellow
a weird
nipples.
cosplay. That's why I put the long coat on. You know. Everybody's not ready for that.
I hear he never came out of character.
It was a crazy weekend in Brussels, everybody.
I think we need to finish this interview today with you holding Matt up over the audience.
Exactly.
Finally. Going into that, just when you get a character that already exists, especially in voiceover, is there a pressure to do it exactly the same then?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. With Wasabi, not so much. With Rafiki, it's such. I mean, everybody knows that voice. And it's like you have to get that pretty right. You know, it's such. I mean, he was only in The Lion King for 7 minutes, I think, of the entire thing. But it's such a great character, such a great voice. We all as soon as you're here. It's like that's him. That's Rafiki, So Rafiki, I think I had to get just right. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean,
it makes me a bit goosebumpy.
It's so fun.
Sapsana Squaspinana sticks in my head for hours after watching The Lion King when Sapsana Squaspinana.
Yes.
Just earworms. That's gonna be in my head all day now. How would Gareth's going to say?
Otherwise, we're going to run out of time. But we're going to let people ask their questions too.
You got a question? Okay.
If you have a question, get your hand up. We will come to you.
I promise to answer seriously.
Hello and welcome to Belgium.
Thank you.
You mentioned you're a very physical actor, and I can see you do it. But is there any way you prepare for a new character that is special or unique to you?
I mean, every time I take on a new character, you've got to be ready for a certain amount. When I started with Ezekiel, I tend to do for me a lot of hiking, and I used to play basketball before this knee stopped telling me to play basketball. But I would do a lot of physical, like more cardio things. So I stay very skinny, and so when I got the audition for Ezekiel, I look at Ezekiel, and Ezekiel had he's got a little bit of a belly in the, and I don't really I'm one of those people that just is kind of skinny, but I knew that I needed to gain some weight, and so I gained about 10 pounds, every year I'll start to actually, when I go home after coming to Europe, I'll start to, instead of hiking and cardio, I go to the gym and go and start building up a little muscle and a little weight, about 8 or 10 pounds for Ezekiel, because he's a little bit thicker guy than I am. So that was something that I did. There are always aspects of a character, and the beauty of the job is that you never know what it could be. It's always something specific to the character, and I try not to think about, well, this is what I do every time, because a different character is going to give you different work, and that's what's exciting, and that's what I love about it. So yeah.
Yeah, Matt and I do the same thing. We eat loads of chocolate every Comic-Con because everyone's used to us being a certain weight.
Yeah.
So we really fit otherwise.
The character of Matt loves chocolate.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, and you know, that's good training.
Yeah.
That's just good training. Well done.
And yet, yes.
Hi.
Hello.
I wanted to know what the general mood is on set with all the dark and horror stuff going on.
The general mood is well, we have Norman is our number one guy on the show, and Norman, although he is an older man, is really about 5 years old. He has never gone more than 5 years old. So he's always doing, you know, grabbing you by, you know what, you know, you're about to do a serious scene. It's like, I was like, stop it. And then, and we're rolling, and action. You know, so they try to keep it it's very light, very light. You know, we get serious sometimes, but it's too long a day. It's too long a day, and the beauty is that it's hot and it's dirty and it's nasty, but we love everyone that we're working with, and you have to keep everybody's spirits up to stay, you know. So we try to keep it happy.
What's it like on those days, like for us the fans, when someone dies and it's so big and you're so...
Well, and that's the thing, because we save it for days like that.
Yeah.
Because those are the days that everybody really is sad, and there are real tears. And it's when we lose cast members and people that we love that we know we're not going to see nearly as often as we did before. You know, this show for all of us has been life-changing, and so to see people go is a big deal, and we can't be that heavy all the time. Otherwise, it would just be drudgery. I mean, we literally go from the end of April to Thanksgiving, almost the end of November. So it's a long season. You gotta find ways to laugh and have a good time, because eventually we're gonna lose people that we love, and so yeah, those are the tough days. Those are the tough days.
And that applies to life as well. Yay.
Say it again?
So that applies to life as well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of life lessons in The Walking Dead.
With that as well, because obviously your character has things, I don't want to do spoilers, but it's out there. You've obviously got ill in the show.
He's got an ailment. Well, let's put it that way. For anyone who's anyone who is foolish enough to come to Comic-Con, not knowing what happens on the show.
I really, because I hate spoilers. I'm like, oh,
yeah. It's been 3 months. You know. It's out there now. It's out there.
Was that an interesting thing to discover in the script for you? Like, because obviously, I imagine everyone just assumes they're going to go out in some horrific, gory fashion. Now, we don't know how or if you are,
right?
But it is suddenly this really interesting thing to have underneath your character.
I mean, it is definitely another layer to have underneath the character. The funny thing is when I spoke to Angela. The Kang, the showrunner, about this, and she told me that Ezekiel was going to have thyroid cancer. I thought it was perfect because I get so many people who are dealing with disease and trauma and that kind of thing, and they really tend to gravitate to Ezekiel because he is, at least in the beginning, was very positive. And very, and the speech when he says, "And yet I smile," even though we have so many obstacles, we have this war that we have to fight, we have this apocalypse that we have to get through, and yet I smile, and yet I see the light, and yet I see that there's something positive, that we're going to get through this, that we will win, no matter what obstacles are in our way. The people who are dealing with depression or cancer treatment or some kind of trauma in their life, I have people come to me time after time. I've seen hundreds of tattoos where they put tattoos of "and yet I smile" on their bodies, because it reminds them, that they're going to beat this no matter what. And it's one of the most endearing and a thing that I feel honored, to be a part of, these people. There's just a woman, I don't even know what was going on in her life, but she drove 7 hours to come see me, and she just hugged me.
Comic Con or just your house?
Yeah, just to my house, And but she hugged me, and she just said, it's just been so hard, and just knowing that seeing you guys out there fighting makes me feel like I don't give up. I keep fighting. And so when Angela told me that Ezekiel was going to have this growth and this thyroid cancer, I said, this is perfect, because the people who are going through this already have a kinship with Ezekiel. I just saw a woman yesterday who showed me the scar from where they took the tumor off of her neck. She had thyroid cancer, and she was like, I feel like people see me now. See, because they always think that, oh, that's not real cancer because that's easy. And it's like, cancer's not easy. No cancer is easy. And these people feel represented now. It's a big deal to me.
It's interesting you say that as well, because in the world of The Walking Dead, obviously suddenly this is so much. It's not an easy. Again, like you say, nothing's easy, but it's suddenly you don't have that medicine and all that. So it reflects that we live in a world where
exactly, where this thing is it's not so easily taken away. You've got it's something you have to learn to live with. And in life we've all got to do that. There's things that we just got to learn to live with, and you better learn to smile through it. Because you've got something bad that's happened to you, but you're still here. You're still here. You got a moment. Enjoy it. Enjoy this thing until they take it all away. Because the truth is that we've all got a bus that is rolling down a mountain, and it's going to hit us one day. And so we might as well, before it hits us, we might as well be enjoying it.
Great. Absolutely great answer. Do we have a few more questions before we let go? Anyone else, just so we can sort of prep for you?
If it happens that you turn into a zombie, who would you eat first from the cast and in real life?
Who would be the most delicious, is what you're asking me. The most delicious cast member.
Who's got a good rump?
Jerry. Jerry just seems like, put some hollandaise on Jerry. That'd be a good meal. Absolutely.
Jerry also looks like he'd be fine with Ezekiel eating him.
Yeah. He'd be like, okay, boss. Sure, boss. You got it, boss. Yeah, Jerry'd be my first choice.
I love your relationship with Jerry on the show as well.
Man, you know what? I feel like he's the greatest gift that I could have been given. I mean, they gave me a tiger, they gave me a kingdom, but I think the best thing that Ezekiel ever got out of the apocalypse was Jerry.
Oh.
Jerry's just the best. If you want somebody riding with you, you definitely want a Jerry. You want a Jerry riding with you.
If he was in Cheers, if Jerry was a Cheers character, he'd be the one who comes in and goes, Jerry!
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Any more questions down here whilst we... Oh yeah.
Does the cast have to read any of the comics before they can start to roll, or do you take the comic as an inspiration for the character?
They don't have to, but I think we all do, just because we're fans of the stories and everything. I started to read and then I stopped because Ezekiel's not exactly the same person as he is in the comic book, and I started to confuse myself a little bit. I was like, are we going this way? And then the writers would be like, no, don't think of that, do something else. And so you have to be careful, because in the comic books, Ezekiel's already dead, Ezekiel's already dead, Carol's already dead.
Andrea's still alive, isn't she?
Yeah, there's a few, so there are some definite differences, and you have to be careful not to let it trip you up, But the comics are so great. You gotta read.
But I think that's the beautiful thing about the comics and the show. if you're a fan of the comics and a fan of the show, when something from the comics comes onto the show, you go, like when the Whisperers came, I was like, oh, and my wife's like, what? And I was like, it's a Whisperer. And you get the excitement, but you don't have a blueprint to go, well, I know where this is going.
Right.
You're still surprised, and that's a very smart move.
Oh man, and we just got such incredible actors that we get to play these parts. Samantha Morton and Ryan Hurst, who play Alpha and Beta, I mean, are just amazing. I mean, you love them in the comic books, and then you see them come alive.
Terrifying.
I mean, oh my God, you know, and you think, and you see Alpha, you know, and she's got the shaved head and a clean face, and then you see Samantha Morton, and it's the grit and the grind. I mean, you can see it's all over.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it just makes you wonder.
Her eyes as well.
Just gorgeous.
But that's the thing, because the Whisperers, they're such a sort of unseen threat for so long. That reveal, that episode, it was shot beautifully. It was shot like an old, like Romero film. It was absolutely, going through that graveyard was incredible.
Oh my
and then
God.
when there's only noises that can do my excitement justice right there. I was like, and then,
You know, I knew it was coming, you know, and I was already upset, you know, because it was like, Jesus is dying here. Damn, you know, I was like, God damn it, you know, we got to say goodbye to Tom. And but still, when that moment happens, it was just like, it seemed so fast because Jesus is he's such a badass. He's just, you know, and then it just happens like that.
And yet again, the horrible thing and the beautiful thing about the show is when someone gets hit or bit or whatever, you go, well, they're not dead. And then that show just goes, no, they're dead.
He's dead. He's gone. He's gone.
But me and my wife, well, after those episodes, we have like a period of mourning where we don't speak to each other.
Sure. Just walk around the house quietly.
That's the excuse she uses anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, she's thrilled when it happens. I'll be quiet for a few days.
Exactly. Leave me alone. Alone with my thoughts.
I mean, obviously because you can speculate, but we won't have any spoilers. If you could write Ezekiel out, I'm sure you wouldn't, but if you could, is there a way you'd love to see him go, or?
You know what? No, I would not write him out, and I'm not even going to, if I had an idea, I wouldn't tell you. I don't even want anybody to hear it. I don't understand. This is the second time this week someone has asked me this question, and I was like, first of all, how dare you? And second of all, if I had an idea, I won't tell you. The writers are listening. They might come, they're like, that's a great idea, let's kill him that way. Absolutely not.
Here's what I reckon.
Driverless bus.
Zombie tiger.
Zombie tiger?
That'd be the worst way, actually.
You're still having this conversation
driving
with me?
a bus.
Are you seriously still?
The bus is coming, and you see Sheba behind the wheel.
I run like the wind. I hop on my little skateboard. Ezekiel's very spry. He will just step to the side and watch zombie Sheba in the bus.
That would be the greatest 1917 style one-shot episode ever. Ezekiel on a skateboard chased by a bus driven by a tiger. No cuts.
No, you know what? We don't even want. You don't even need an explanation. I'll watch that forever.
I'm going to go one step further and say, I don't want Ezekiel to die unless it's a tiger driving a bus, because the chances of them making that happen.
I like that. Yeah. There you go. You heard it here first.
Cut to 5 years from now, Roy just slides you a script.
Yes, exactly. As long as the bus just grinds to a halt right at my feet, that would be great. I can live with that.
I hate to say this, but we have to let you go, and I really don't want to because it's been so much fun.
Oh man, I've just really started to become one with the couch.
Yeah, that's how it gets you. It absorbs all the guests eventually.
It does.
All the other guests just sit on you.
Oh, are they in there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like Hades' garden in Disney.
Yes. In here somewhere?
Yeah.
Michael Bean?
Yeah.
Ian McDermott, where are you?
Not you, Ian! They got you!
I can feel some Palpatine in this couch.
That's what they say. Right.
All right.
We're going to let you go, but we are going to, before we go, we did it with every guest, we'll get a selfie with you.
Sure,
and
sure.
then you guys will make a lot of love. So first time for some love, Khary Payton, everyone!